William Hague on Newsbeat. Let's talk to three people about this. Noella Clay was gang raped in Sierra Leone. She didn't talk about the attack. When she first applied for asylum in this country, the Home Office wanted to deport her. Last month, she won the right to stay here. Noella, good morning.
Good morning.
Also with us, Lily Mungotu Bukolo, who was raped in front of her 5-year-old daughter, raped in Congo, and she's fighting to remain here in the UK. Lily, good morning to you.
Morning.
And Sian Evans is from the organisation Women Against Rape. Hello to you, Sian Evans.
Morning.
Noella Clay.
Yes, please.
Can you tell us what happened to you in Sierra Leone?
Well, I'm a rape victim from Sierra Leone during the Civil War. I was trying to escape when I was ganged up by 3 huge men under gunpoint, and I was raped severely. Because there was repatriation from my country during the Civil War, I was taken to the Gambia, where I was treated with my rape issue. I stayed in the Gambia until I got a visitor's visa to come over to the UK.
And why did you want to come to Britain, Noella?
I came because of the war, and I was suffering in the Gambia.
But why Britain? Why not anywhere else in Europe? What made you choose this country?
Because I got the invitation from one of my nieces who was staying here with her family.
Right. And when you applied for asylum, I understand that you didn't tell officials that you had been raped back home. Is that right?
Yes, because I was ashamed to say it. And nobody knew about it, not even my relatives, until when I went to court. That's why I broke into tears, because they had to know about it, and it was a disgrace on me.
And when you say you went to court, what do you mean by that?
When I lost my case, the application was turned down by the Home Office. They asked me to appeal, which I did, and I went to court.
I understand.
Yeah.
Do you think that if you had told them that you had been raped in Sierra Leone initially, then your application for asylum would have been granted?
Maybe.
And is it because you have told them what happened to you at home that you have now been given asylum? Is that the reason why?
Well, I want to think so, because at first I was afraid to say it, I was ashamed to say it, but with the confidence of the All African Women's Group, which I attended, and then I heard other stories about the other women, how they were attacked in their own countries, and immediately I didn't say it. It was after 4 or 5 visits to the group meeting, then I got the confidence of saying it to one of to Shan.
I understand.
And then later I said it to the group openly.
Right. Lily, do you mind if I ask what happened to you in Congo?
Yeah, I was raped in front of my daughter. She was 5 years old, and my daughter, she was raped too, because she was asthmatic. She can't cope, and she died, and they shoot my husband.
You were raped, and then your daughter was raped?
Yes.
And died afterwards from an asthma attack, is that what you just told us?
Yes. It was so horrible.
And who was it who did this to you and your daughter, and then your husband?
I didn't know the people that did to me. It was just in dark. It was one night on 23 or 34th November 2004. My daughter, she had an asthmatic attack in the house. We were supposed to go out to find the medication. I told my husband to help me to go with my daughter outside to find the medication. And where we used to live in north of Congo, east of Congo, is so dark. And in that night, when I was talking to my husband, he said to me, I can't go outside because I am in house arrest, because my husband, he was policeman. But I didn't know what he was doing to the government of Congo. He was selling the information for another people, but that was not my problems. It was my husband's problem. He can't go out in that night, but I begged her because it was so dark. We went out just in few minutes. everything it changed in my life. They raped me. They raped my daughter. When my husband tried to protect me and my daughter, they shoot in the gun. Is that? And the priest, he helped me to leave Congo because I was in danger because of my husband.
So was it a priest who helped you come to Britain?
Yeah, the priest, he helped me to come out in Congo.
Right.
Yeah.
You have applied for asylum here, is that correct?
Yeah, in 2005.
Do you mind me asking if you've told the Home Office what happened to you and your family back home?
I told Home Office, and then my interpreter, he was a man. When in first place, I can't hear what he was speaking when he translated for me.
Mm.
Then it was man, I can't explain everything. I was ashamed to talk about that.
If you applied for asylum in 2005, why hasn't your case been decided by now?
Because they said they don't believe me. They don't believe me, but I'm still now with, I am mental health and having, I try to commit suicide many times. I'm seeing dirty always because I'm taking bath over 3-4 times a day.
Where are you living, Lily? Can I ask you that?
I don't have a place to live now because my house is just finished on Monday. I go to the court on Wednesday. The Home Office dropped the case. He said they need to reinstall me immediately in the new house. But now they don't have a place to put me. They keep me now in a hotel until they find a place for me.
Right, but is that the local council that's found you this accommodation and is paying for it?
Yes.
Right. Let me bring in Sian Evans from Women Against Rape. Hello to you.
Hello.
Do you have figures about how many women you say are being deported who have claimed asylum because they have been raped back home?
Well, we don't have figures exactly about that, but what we do have is figures about how many of the women seeking asylum in the UK have fled rape. And we found that the women that contacted the Crossroads Women's Centre, where we're based, of the women contacting us from Yarlswood Immigration and Removal Centre, 70% were seeking asylum from rape. And they just report, being locked up, coming here to report, trying to seek safety, as you heard from Noella and Lily, after the most horrendous experiences, and being put into detention, denied any help. And I think you've heard from both of them how important getting support is in order to be able to report what's happened.
Why is it that you say that the British government is being hypocritical then as it hosts this conference about sexual violence in conflicts?
Well, it looks like a posture, doesn't it? You say that you're against rape being used as a weapon of war. You say that women are courageous victims and that they should be supported. But meanwhile, right here in this country, women like Noella, like Lily, are being locked up. They're being put out on the street. Lily's only just managed to have to go back to court to get somewhere to live. Women have contacted us. They've been sleeping on night buses at accident emergency. One woman contacted us and she was sleeping in a garden shed in Hampstead with a baby. And women are being just driven into the most horrific experiences and made vulnerable to further rape and abuse. And other women are actually being sent back, which is really horrendous. Many women that we've spoken to in Yarlswood Immigration Centre have actually been sent back, and very few we ever hear from again. And we're in no doubt, and we know for a fact that women we've been in touch with have been raped again on return.
Can I ask you to pause for a moment, Sian? I will come back to you in just a second.